Oh well, we got more. We got more. Now she's deleting everything. This is probably about Valkyrie and Vanilla. By Hero Hate, we're gonna jump in as usual. Also, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. We are not that far away from 2.5k. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Last time we were very clear on that. Both of these people are quite racist. But anyways.
So the situation I talked about yesterday with Cutie Cinderella, Vanilla Mace, and Valkyrie got a lot worse. And Cutie Cinderella is actually apologizing. Valkyrie is deleting tweets where she's addressing the statements that she made yesterday regarding
Cutie Cinderella's apologizing. Oh my god, these people are actually so stupid. Stop being so audience captured. You are a slave to your audience.
calling Cutie Cinderella too white. Then she went on to complain about like white privilege and stuff and deleted that tweet later as mentioned. So we got a lot to talk about in this one. This entire situation is like the most 2020
We give too much privilege to retarded people with retarded opinions.
thing I've seen happening in a while. I mean, I feel like I just got time warped back to 2020 at the height of all this like cancel culture stuff and people trying to act like it's good to be the most offended person around. You know, this whole like nonsensical culture has largely died out in 2025 as we head on into 2026.
Thankfully, nobody cares that you're offended. I make videos that constantly offend people. I do not care. I am not responsible for your feelings.
But it's good to know that these privileged LA streamers and their clique, you know, these are the sort of people still propagating this nonsense. And so we'll begin with a quick recap of what got Cutie Cinderella's backlash to begin with in a live stream that she had with Vanilla Mace that's since been deleted. Apparently that stream was very quickly deleted after it ended. And
basically, what she did was, and that is the most normal take you could have. I think we can all agree that that is the most normal take you can have. Basically, she said that if somebody's racist, she wouldn't stop talking to them because abandoning them, essentially, she understands the fact that if you abandon a racist and you basically drop them, they, instead of realizing that they're doing something wrong, they would be more would end up more radicalized because they would go to essentially the only people that would understand them, which would be other racists. Basically, her take was she wouldn't stop talking to them; she would start talking them out of it. That we can all agree that's a normal take. That's a normal, healthy take.
Vanilla Mace is someone who, as mentioned yesterday, has been on record defending Hassan Piker and insulting people who are concerned about Kaya getting abused. So you could essentially call her someone who defends
Get the dog and any other dog out of there, thank you.
Animal abuse. And if you want all that context, please consider watching yesterday's video because it's like a 3-minute thing that I don't want to fully recap right here. So moving on to the now deleted stream between Vanilla Mace and Cutie Cinderella.
Wait, it was 8 minutes. What is homie talking about?
I'm not going to change, though. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that, no matter what you...
And that's true. That's true. You can treat people well and still disagree with them. You can be kind to people when they're still bad. Of course, this has a limit, right? If somebody's, like, unfixable. Obviously, you don't want to have that kindness be used, but regardless, she is making a reasonable take. I don't like her, but I understand that what she's trying to say.
I say I won't believe it, because at the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person, I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No. Like, I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here. That's not how it works for me, but...
Reasonable take?
As you can see, Vanilla Mace didn't say anything there. She's just like pouting and acting like she's upset with you.
Yeah, she's like, how could you say that? Wait. You want to actually fix people? How dare you?
Cutie Cinderella. And then she goes on to actually address this on her own stream once Cutie Cinderella isn't
because she doesn't have the balls to do it on the stream with her, because then she would have to defend her position, which she can't.
there anymore.
Simply didn't agree with it. I was uncomfortable, obviously, as you could see in the clips.
Your entire existence makes me uncomfortable.
You know who I am, you know what I stand for. If you're someone who's been watching me, then you already fucking know. If you're a first-time fucking chatter and you're just joining off of clips that you've seen on TikTok and you don't know shit about me or fucking shit about shit, then of course I'm gonna assume that you're just gonna make the assumptions that you're going to make. But people who know me and know my character and know what the fuck I stand for know how I'm gonna go about this. So
the only thing you stand for is also racism, regardless. Regardless. I don't care. That's what you stand for. Same with Valkyrie.
I am simply stepping back from everything, everyone. I'm gonna touch a little grass.
The thing is, she's not really
You didn't touch grass.
standing for anything. She didn't actually explain, like, if she thinks Cutie Cinderella's take is bad, she didn't explain why it's a bad take when she had the chance there with Cutie Cinderella. She quite literally didn't stand for anything. She just ran away from the conversation and then complained about it when she was alone. This same criticism is not exclusive to Vanilla Mace, though. I have the same critique for Cutie Cinderella, essentially the same critique, because Cutie Cinderella is now apologizing for what she said, but in that clip...
That is so pathetic. That is so pathetic. You know what's worse? No, I think Cutie Cinderella in this situation is worse. Because the others, they don't stray from their opinions. Whatever you think of their opinions, at least they're grounded, in the sense that they will defend them no matter what happens. What I hate more is somebody who has no spine. Cutie Cinderella is also just straight up spineless. Just the truth. She's just spineless.
You can hear her say, like, this is the way it is, it's not going to change. You know, like, her mind's not going to change on this. But it seems like it already did, like 24 hours later.
I've heard what a lot of people are saying, and I am sorry for the hurt that I've caused people.
Oh, so hurtful. See, the only reason you're crying is because your audience captured, and your audience that you... These people deserve the audience that they have created. These people deserve the audience that they have created.
I'm really sorry. Like, again, if you don't want this apology, then it's not for you. And clearly you're not hurt, but I'm apologizing to people that I've hurt, and that's important to me. So if you're a part of the queer community and I've hurt you, I am sorry.
Hot take. I need to say this. There is no LGBTQ community. There is no queer community. It's just a bunch of people labeled under the same term that actually despise each other. That's what I believe. Predominantly everything after the LGB.
You are a person of color who I have hurt. I am sorry. I am. I really am.
Now, for additional context, apparently part of the now deleted stream included her also defending some people in FaZe Clan that were accused of being homophobic, so she was making the same argument that she was about racism in the clip that you saw, which essentially was that she'd prefer to talk to people who are racist and are homophobic to try to talk them out of being.
Which is true. She is correct.
Such things, right? And Vanilla Mace and Valkyrie's side, they're saying that, like, oh, you shouldn't talk to those people at all. So they're all offended, and now Cutie Cinderella's apologizing. The reason I don't have a clip there is because, as mentioned, the stream was quickly deleted, and I don't think anyone actually got a clip of the FaZe part, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe as I'm recording, I'll find that clip if it's out there. But yeah, that's just a bit more context. And, of course, we also had Valkyrie making her
so pathetic
statement where she accused Cutie Cinderella of being too white, so now I'll play that one. And then after that, we'll take a look at Valkyrie's now deleted tweet where she talks about white privilege. So if you did see yesterday's video and you saw this statement from Valkyrie already, don't you worry, got some new stuff coming right after.
I did tell her, I was like, Cutie, I do think your tone doesn't help because you inherently sound really angry all the time. You sound really, and she knows. I was like, you're very blunt. I think it's your tone, you're blunt, and it just comes off poorly. especially, you know, and I was like, you're also the whitest woman I know.
What do you say to that? If I said to a black man, "You're the blackest man I know," this doesn't come off right. You can't be saying this. You're the blackest man I know. I would be slaughtered if I would have to reach that cutie Cinderella head. I would be slaughtered if I was Asmongold. I would be slaughtered if I was anybody with any ginormous reach. I would be slaughtered on the spot. But when somebody's white, hey, that's totally fine. I like it. At least they're open about the racism.
And it also is just, you know, you being so white. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. But I know her. I know her heart. It's just because
she was more mad at queer people than at homophobic people. Oh my god. The chat is also just so fucking retarded. I can guarantee you, people with these retarded opinions are almost all women.
she wants to help, but I feel like there's ways we can do it better.
And so after Valkyrie's take there went viral and she was getting a ton of backlash for it across the internet, she went on to make this tweet that, as mentioned, was also fairly swiftly deleted. But of course, there's remnants of it. The tweet had read, "There's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced that others suffer from. And lots of privilege obviously comes from being white. Never thought I'd be accused for being quote-unquote racist against white people when
you are. You are. You are. The thing I said earlier sounds really bad when somebody says it about black people. When you say it about white people, all of a sudden it's not bad. Shut the fuck up. See, the problem is that racism, in its core already, is way too... I'm gonna be honest. The talking points that you make, people in Europe don't give a shit about it. Whether it is Western Europe or Eastern Europe. In Africa, they don't give a shit about it. In Asia, they don't give a shit about it. You take racism against people of color way too serious. The rest of the world does not mostly give a rat's ass about it. I have the same problem with people taking the N-word like to such an extent where it's like a huge crime, right? You are not that important in the grand scheme of things. And I'm not saying that. I watched a video of a black man explaining it really well. Nobody cares about the N-word. I think something like that was it. And it's true. The vast population on this planet does not care.
the clip is clearly out of context. Anyways.
It's not. It's not. You just want to say it's out of context. But it's not.
Filming Whine About It pod right now with Cutie, my white friend that I love very much, lol. Stream resumes tomorrow. So yeah.
I have black friends. I can't be racist to black people. I have white friends. I can't be racist to white people. That's a new one. That is a new one.
Terrible take. And all that rhetoric really is selective bigotry that they try to excuse in very...
True. 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 It is selective. It is selective. The one side... see, this side of the political spectrum is also... You need to realize, this side of the political spectrum is also racist. To what? But they're racist to way more people.
Very convoluted ways. Nevertheless, as mentioned, she very quickly also deleted that tweet. And now we got some clips of...
Surprise, surprise.
Vanilla Mace getting called out here. We've got this one to start from Yeet. Dean So Cool says, Vanilla Mace acts performative, compares it to a past failed date.
I went on a date with an individual in Seattle. And, you know what I'm saying? Great date. I thought I was going to close the deal. And she seen the bag of Chick-fil-A on my counter. And she said, oh, you eat Chick-fil-A? And nothing happened. I feel like this is the because unlike listen, I'm a regular person. I ate it because the chicken was good. I didn't know there was some back end shit to it. God honest truth. I feel like that's what happened. She's one of those.
And that takes us to the next clip. Stable Ronaldo called out Vanilla Mace for being fake.
I personally don't get it. I don't get it. You need to explain it to me, guys. Guys, I didn't get it.
Pointing out that she's been at almost every FaZe event and has also asked members to collab. Now remember, part of the alleged—
Oh, well then she's just as bad, right? She wants to collab with, I think FaZe is an agency, right? Talent agency? Am I wrong? So, you're supporting a homophobic talent agency? Vanilla. Racist vanilla.
alleged context in the clip between, or the stream between Cutie Cinderella and
Homophobic. Well, racist also, but homophobic.
Vanilla Mace included people accusing FaZe members of being homophobic, to which Cutie Cinderella allegedly made that same sort of argument that she did about racist people, that she would prefer to talk to them out of being racist, and in this context, talking out of being homophobic, etc., etc. In other words, Vanilla Mace is shaming Cutie Cinderella's association with FaZe Clan and FaZe members, and now she'll get called out for her hypocrisy in this clip.
Of course, I'm gonna assume that you're just gonna make the assumptions that—
So this person was literally at Silky's birthday. You've asked Adapt to collab. You've been with Jason a ton of times.
No, you need to realize that these people's so-called morals are jump out of the window the moment you can gain clout, views, money. You need to realize this. You need to realize that these people are only in it for the money. If you are a minority, and I know that I have a few people that watch me that are minorities, queer people, I don't like that word, by the way. I'd rather just use whatever label you give yourself. Trans people. I have a few. You can tell me what you want, but you know that these people use you for financial gain. They only use these progressive talking points because it gives them views and attention. But the moment they have the chance to make more than when they support you, you get the idea. They're using you.
Times collabed or whatever, been around. You're at Jason's concert. You literally have talked to me off stream saying, oh, blah, 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 like, how are you, blah, blah, you're killing it, blah, blah. I literally saw you 2 days at Silky's birthday, and you were on my stream with Cutie Cinderella. And you were, I'm pretty sure she was at our 4th of July party. But because you're seeing tweets on the internet calling us transphobes, racist, whatever it is, I don't even know what the words they're saying. Now.
And you don't need to care because they're just buzzwords. They have no meaning. They have no meaning. It literally is everyone I disagree with is Hitler.
Now it's, oh yeah, I'm uncomfortable with her statements. You were not uncomfortable with your statements. You're literally just anything your community says, you realize you're like, what? You have a filter, it seems like what are you doing?
you're going to make.
She literally was so nice to us. I'm so confused. And now she's saying she's agreeing with people and that she's uncomfortable with what Cutie's saying. What is...
But people who know—
And that's another thing I hate with these people, right? They always just play a role. They're never honest. They're never honest. They never share their full opinions. They have a he is right, they do have a filter. But it's only when they're in front of the people. Or they're confronted with the people. In their own little bubble, they have no filter. But, yeah. Again, cowardly behavior.
It seems to be whatever your community says, you get worried about. You get worried about what your community says because that's how
Because you're audience captured. They're all audience captured. Ludwig is also audience captured. That man said, he's not friends with Hassan, then he pedals back because he folds in front of his community again.
you make your money. And you have to do it exactly what they say. You don't. This isn't real fans, by the way. Fans aren't just fans for holding you accountable. Fans are people that support you and understand your point of view or your statements. Anything that your community says, it seems like you just agree with instantly. How are people going to call us homophobic and transphobic? We've never
Guys, I literally have people in my chat that say that I have hateful opinions, but they don't care. Yes, the right winger with a left wing audience in parts to a degree.
Even what have we done that's anywhere near that? We fucking saved the gay dude from killing himself, for God's sake. Like, what the fuck are you talking?
So yeah, I mean, I've been saying the same thing about these this clique of streamers, you know, these Vanilla Mace, Hassan, Valkyrae types, these Sasha Grey types, these Taylor Lorenz types, right? All a bunch of very fake people. I know Taylor Lorenz is not a streamer.
Of course they're fake. All of what they do is faking things. Faking emotions, faking support, faking progressiveness.
She's a journalist who's now trying to LARP as a content creator, but I digress. You get the point. So I'll leave it there, guys. And once again, if you don't have all the context into Vanilla Mace's statements about like her defending Hassan and all that, do consider watching yesterday's video too, at least like the first half of it, because it's pretty astonishing stuff. But yeah, I'll see you in the comments here. Let me know what you think about all this. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.
Yeah. So, what do we learn from this? Cutie Cinderella has no spine. That isn't surprising. To be fair, that isn't surprising. Cutie Cinderella has no spine whatsoever. Zero, nada, and yet. Neither does Valkyrie. Neither does Vanilla. They're all spineless. They're all spineless. Though I must say, I'm more disappointed about Cinderella because, you know, she has the correct take, but then backpedals because of her audience. These people are all audience captured, like the guy said earlier. I don't know who he is, but he was also right. These people are all audience captured and fake, but that makes sense. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing. I appreciate it. Take care, guys. Bye bye.